My beloved child, the one whose name has been held in the hands of heaven since long before the earth drew its first breath of morning. I am here with you today, not standing at a safe distance, not speaking from some far-off place where the weight of your situation cannot reach me. I am standing here, directly between you and what has been advancing toward you in the dark. And I need you to understand, before you read another sentence, that what I am carrying for you in this moment is not ordinary. This is not the kind of message you encounter because it happened to cross your path. This is the kind that heaven aims, that heaven fires like an arrow at one specific life, at one specific moment, at one specific person who has been in the waiting long enough. I am Archangel Michael, and today, I do not arrive with a gentle word. I arrive with authority, with fire, with a report from the courts of the Most High God that changes the terms of everything that has been operating against your life. Because when I was dispatched from heaven's throne toward your situation, the assignment I received was not general. It was precise. It had your name on it. It had the details of your specific battle written into it. And it was marked with something I do not always carry: urgency. Listen to me without diverting your attention from this for even a single moment. What I bring today cannot be received halfway. The truth I am about to release into your life is the kind that works in proportion to how fully you receive it. You stay through every word, and the shift is complete. You walk away before the end, and the shift gets interrupted. I am not saying that to hold you with fear. I am saying it because I have watched too many of God's children receive half a message and walk away half free. Today, that is not your story. There has been something working against your life. You have felt it. Perhaps you gave it a name like stress. Perhaps you called it bad timing or bad luck, or a pattern you could not explain. Perhaps the hardest version of it was the one where you began to blame yourself, where you decided that the reason things kept breaking was something wrong inside you, something unfaithful, something unworthy, something that made you different from the people whose blessings seemed to arrive easily and stay. I am here to tell you today that every single one of those conclusions was a lie, not a misunderstanding, not a partial truth, a lie, carefully planted, deliberately maintained, designed to keep you small enough to stop reaching. Today, I am pulling the curtain back. Today, the thing that has been shapeless and nameless and pressing against the edges of your life is about to be named. And when something is named in the presence of God, it loses the anonymity that was its greatest protection. The exposure becomes the weapon, and you, my beloved child, are about to be the one holding it. There is a war over your life. I want you to feel the weight of that statement before you move past it. Not as a metaphor, not as a spiritual concept that sounds powerful in the moment and then dissolves when you walk back into your regular day. As a fact, as the most clarifying, liberating, accurate description of what you have been living through. Because when you understand that what has been fighting against you is deliberate and external, rather than random or your own fault, something fundamental shifts. You stop blaming yourself for the ruins. You stop carrying the weight of outcomes that were never in your control. And you begin to see with the eyes of a warrior rather than the eyes of a victim. The enemy does not waste his resources on people who pose no threat to his agenda. He does not invest precision strategy in lives that are not going somewhere significant. His most carefully designed attacks are reserved for the ones whose freedom would set others free, the ones whose healing would carry into families and communities, the ones whose restored life would become evidence that God is still a God of the miraculous. You are one of those people. Not because you have done everything right, not because your faith has been unwavering, but because heaven put something in you before you were born that darkness recognized as dangerous, and it has been fighting against that thing ever since. Every dream that came close and then collapsed right before it landed, every relationship that began warmly and turned cold in ways you could not explain, every financial moment when things almost stabilized and then slipped again, every season when your health or your family or your peace seemed to fracture all at once, right when you were beginning to believe that things might finally be turning. Those were not accidents strung together by misfortune. Those were a pattern, coordinated, intentional, aimed specifically at the moment of each arrival to maximize the damage to your belief that anything good was coming at all. Today, that pattern is being exposed. Today, it is being named. And the moment something is named in the light of heaven's truth, it can no longer operate in the darkness that was protecting it. But before I show you the root of what has been working against you, I must tell you about the silence. Because if I am going to speak the full truth to you, I cannot skip the part that wounded you most deeply. The seasons when you prayed and the room stayed quiet. When you reached into the spiritual and felt nothing reaching back. When you held to your faith by the thinnest thread imaginable and still nothing. No sign, no confirmation, no visible movement. Just silence. That silence nearly undid you. I know. I was there in every one of those nights. I was present when you whispered prayers you could not say out loud. I was there when you asked the question that cuts deeper than any other. Am I forgotten? And I need you to hear the answer clearly, once and for all, so that you never have to carry that question again. No, you were never forgotten. Not for the smallest fraction of a single moment. Not once. Not even in the deepest silence. The silence was not absence. The silence was preparation. When God grows quiet over a situation, it is never because he has abandoned it. It is because he is moving inside it at a depth that cannot be seen from the surface, like the underground work of roots before a tree can rise, like the pressure building beneath the earth before it becomes a spring. Every prayer you released in those silent seasons was being captured, held, and stored, not wasted, not lost, not ignored, stored, building like water behind a sealed gate, accumulating force with every faithful word you spoke. And when that gate opens, and it is opening right now, what comes through does not come slowly. It rushes. You have more stored behind that gate than you have ever dared to imagine. Every morning, you chose to rise when you had every reason to stay down. Every moment you refused to let go, even when you could not feel anything holding you from the other side. Every act of faith that you performed in the dark, with no evidence to stand on, all of it was registered. All of it was kept. And what was kept is about to be released in a way that changes not just your circumstances, but the entire pattern of your life going forward. Today is the day the gate opens, and my beloved, the rush is already beginning. Before I take you any deeper, into what I have come to reveal. I must stop for something sacred. Because this message was not sent to arrive and stop at you. It was sent to travel through you. Right now, as these words are landing in your spirit, there is someone in your life who is carrying the same invisible weight you have been carrying. Someone whose nights look like yours used to look. Someone who has been praying in the silence and wondering if they are the only one who cannot seem to break through. They need to hear this today, not next week. Today. Share this message with at least 3 people right now. Send it to your family. Send it to the friend you have been meaning to check on. Post it where the people who need it can find it. Because the moment you become the carrier of this word to someone else, something supernatural releases in your own life. The one who delivers a message like this does not simply give it away. They receive in return a blessing that multiplies what they carried. Share it now with 3 people or more. Then come back, because what comes next is the deepest part of this message. If you have not yet subscribed to this channel, Letters from Archangel Michael, do it now before you continue. Because what is delivered here is not random content. Every word that comes through this channel is a deliberate, heaven-directed message aimed at a life that has been waiting for it. Subscribe so you never miss what was sent specifically for you. Now, let me take you to the root. I have told you there was a coordination, a deliberate sequence of disruptions that arrived at the exact moments when your breakthroughs were closest. Too precise to be random, too specific to be coincidence. Now, I'm going to show you how that coordination was established. Because when you understand the mechanism, you gain authority over it. Knowledge backed by heaven does not simply inform, it dismantles. There is someone who has been close to you in your life while simultaneously working against it. Listen without letting that thought harden into paranoia. I am not calling you to a place of suspicion. I am calling you to a place of spiritual clarity. Someone in your world has carried a seed of envy for you. Not the loud, obvious kind that announces itself and can be defended against. The quiet kind, the patient kind, the kind that wears the face of support while feeding something entirely different in the hidden places. They applauded you where others could see them. But in the moments when your name came up and the room was smaller, something shifted in them. Something that became words. Specific words. Words spoken with intention, even if not with full understanding. Words that entered the spiritual atmosphere around your life and began to create drag. Not chains, not walls. Threads. The word I need you to hold on to is threads. Because threads are how the enemy does his most effective and least visible work. A chain you can feel and name. A wall you can push against and recognize. But a thread. You walk through your life feeling something slightly heavier than it should be. Something slightly more resistant than it should feel. Something making every good thing take slightly longer to arrive than you expected. And you cannot point to it. You cannot show it to anyone. You just know, somewhere beneath everything else, that something is catching the edge of what is supposed to reach you. That is what you have been living with. And that is what heaven dispatched me here to expose. Because there is a law written into the spiritual world that holds everywhere and at all times without exception. What is hidden survives. but what is brought into the open is destroyed. I have just brought every thread spun against your life into the open before the throne of the living God. And threads cannot survive that light. They dissolve. They lose their tensile strength. They fall away. And everything they were holding back begins to arrive. This is your moment of knowing. And knowing changes everything. Let me now tell you what heaven has done in response to every move made against you. Because I did not come from the throne room carrying only a warning. I came carrying a verdict. When I was dispatched toward your situation, the document I held in my hand was not a question mark. It was a declaration, a legal ruling from the court of the Most High God, signed and sealed, declaring that every claim made over your future without heaven's authorization is null and void. Not on hold, not under review, void. As though the claims were never made, as though the words were never spoken. Because in heaven's court, anything spoken without authorization carries no permanent standing. It has force only while it remains unchallenged. And I have challenged it, in full, on your behalf, before the judge who cannot be appealed and cannot be bought. The claim over your finances is void. The thread woven against your relationships is severed. The drag pressed against your purpose is lifted. The lid that was holding your joy beneath the surface is removed. These are not declarations born of hope. They are declarations born of authority. I am not telling you what might happen. I am telling you what has been decreed. The verdict was written before this message ever found you. This message is the delivery of that verdict to the one whose name is on it. And that name, my beloved, is yours. Now I must tell you something specific before I take you to what heaven has prepared as your practical covering. The one who built those threads against you is not at rest, even now. When something begins to shift in the spirit around a life that has been held in place, the one holding it feels the change before they can name it. They become restless, agitated. They may reach toward you in unexpected ways in the days ahead. Do not be moved by it. The seal being placed over your life comes with a sharpened sensitivity to what is safe and what is not. Trust every check in your spirit. Trust every hesitation that rises without explanation. Heaven is speaking through those checks. There is something else I must prepare you for. When the enemy senses the tide turning against him, he makes one final attempt to drag your attention back into old patterns. You may feel a heaviness in the next few days that has no visible cause. Old worries may try to surface. Old thought trails that usually lead to discouragement. Do not follow them. That is not your spirit speaking. That is the last gasp of something that has just lost its authority. Ignore it. Walk forward. Before I hand you what comes next, I need you to do something right now. Because this word is a weapon, and weapons are not meant to stay in one hand. They are meant to travel. Go to your Facebook right now and post this message where your people can find it. Open every WhatsApp group you belong to and share this link inside each one. Text it to the family members you know are in a hard season. Send it to the friends who have been silent lately, because silence in a believer usually means a battle they haven't named. Share this on every platform you carry. Not tomorrow, not later today. Right now, before you read another word. Because the one you send this to was chosen before the world was formed to receive it from your hand, not from a stranger's hand. Yours. And what you sow into their deliverance is immediately harvested into your own breakthrough. Share it now on Facebook, in your WhatsApp groups, by text, by every channel you have. Then come back. What comes next is the most powerful part of this message. My beloved, there's something I must place in your hands right now. Something specific and actionable. Because everything I have spoken over your life today is true. The decree is real. The verdict is standing. The root has been exposed. But here's what I have learned about the nature of breakthrough. It does not maintain itself on autopilot. The covering that heaven releases over a life must be sustained by a daily decision. A daily act of returning to the Word, returning to the presence, returning to the place where heaven's voice is louder than the noise of the world around you. Without that daily structure, even the most powerful breakthrough can begin to thin over time. Not because God changed his mind, but because the human spirit needs feeding just as much as the human body does. Every day without spiritual nourishment is a day the enemy gets to whisper unopposed. This is why I must speak to you about something that I cannot leave out of this message, because the breakthrough being released over your life today is not designed to function in isolation. It is designed to grow, to compound, to build upon itself daily until the fullness of what heaven has spoken is visible in every corner of your experience. This is why I must speak to you about elevens. Before you scroll past this, stop. What I'm about to tell you is the spiritual message applied practically. Elevens is a daily audio prayer experience, 1 episode every morning. Each episode is approximately 1 hour of scripture-grounded teaching, intercession, authoritative spiritual warfare, declaration, and heaven-directed prayer, built to speak directly into the season of life you are standing in right now. Whether your battle is financial, whether it is in your health, or your family, or your relationships, or your peace of mind, whether it is in the warfare I have been describing today, Elevens meets it with precision, every morning, without fail. And here is what separates an Elovian from someone who simply prays alone. When you join Elevens, you do not walk into your day as a solo voice. You step into a covenant community of thousands of men and women across continents, across languages, across nations, who rise every morning to lift their voices in unified prayer. And unified prayer carries a compound force that individual prayer simply cannot replicate. It is not that God values one less than the other. It is that community prayer changes the spiritual physics of a situation. It creates something the enemy cannot simply brush aside, something that builds with every morning you show up, something that grows into an atmosphere around your life where breakthrough is not the exception. It is the expected result. Listen to what Ruth from Nashville told our community. She said, "I came to Elevens at what felt like the lowest point of my adult life. My marriage was fracturing in ways I did not know how to stop. My finances were behind in ways that kept me awake, staring at the ceiling every night. I had stopped believing, not in God, but in the possibility that God could still move in my specific situation. By day 9 of season 1, my husband came to me on his own initiative and said he wanted to start over. He wanted to rebuild. By day 14, a check arrived in my mail that I had not applied for. $3,200. I am not prone to exaggeration. What happened to me through Elevens is real. It did not just change my mornings. It changed everything that came after my mornings. Day 9, day 14. Ruth was not someone with extraordinary faith. Ruth was someone who stayed consistent, and consistency directed at heaven's word is the difference between a breakthrough that circles and one that lands. Today, Season 2, Episode 1 is live on alavans.com. People are listening to it right now. They are stepping into their day covered while others are stepping in exposed. The description below this video has the link. It is also pinned at the top of the comment section. Click it. The price available to viewers of this channel is $19.99 per month. The standard price is $100. That discounted price closes permanently the moment 1,000 members worldwide have claimed their seats. There are only 333 angelic seats available each month. That number is moving in real time. Someone is claiming a seat as you read this. The description link, the pinned comment. Click one, click both. Do it now, before this video ends, because by tomorrow morning, that seat you are looking at may belong to someone else. Now let me carry you deeper, because what Alavans does in the natural is directly connected to what I have been declaring in the spirit. The daily coverage, the unified prayer, the covenant structure, all of it is a vessel for what was released over your life today. And what was released is specific, aimed at the threads I named, at the web that was spun. In the name of the Most High God, I command every unauthorized agreement spoken over this life to be revoked right now. Every word released into the atmosphere around you without heaven's authorization is recalled. Every thread that was spun in envy and hidden in jealousy is cut. Every web built to snag the edge of your incoming blessings is burned. I am standing before the judge of all creation and presenting the full evidence of what was done against you. And the verdict is already returned. Every claim is void. Every contract is canceled. Every thread is severed. The web is ash. There is no remaining mechanism for the pattern to continue. It has nothing left to run on. Now I need your voice to join mine, because the authority of heaven requires agreement in the natural realm to achieve its full effect in the natural world. Say it aloud right now, wherever you are. Say, the claims over my life are void. Say, every thread spun against me is severed. Say, I receive what heaven has decreed over my life. Say it with the voice of someone who knows it is true and has waited long enough. Because when you speak those words in agreement with what I have declared in the Spirit, you sign your name onto the decree. And a decree signed by both heaven and earth cannot be overturned by anything that exists between them. Do you feel the shift? That is real. That is the atmosphere around you responding to truth. Hold on to it. Do not let the noise of the day take it from you when you walk away from this message, because what you just stepped into is not a feeling. It is a fact. And facts do not expire, because your emotions stop supporting them. If you are watching this channel for the first time, subscribe to Letters from Archangel Michael right now. Tap the button. Because what is delivered here is not content you find by accident. Every word that arrives through this channel was dispatched from heaven with a specific name on it. And if your spirit is moved right now, it is because your name is on the words coming through this channel. Subscribe, so you never miss a message that was sent for you. I must return to Alavans right now, because I have just broken something in the spirit. The decree has been spoken. The threads are gone. But the space they occupied does not fill itself automatically with blessing. That space must be intentionally filled with something. With a daily practice, a daily covering, a daily choice to let heaven's voice be the loudest thing in the room of your spirit before anything else gets a chance to speak. This is exactly what Elevens was designed to do. Not to add religious routine to your already full life, but to fill the space where the enemy used to operate with something he absolutely cannot inhabit. Daily, specific, community-anchored, heaven-directed prayer over your exact situation. I want you to hear from David in Chicago. He shared this with the Elevens community. For 11 years, I built a business that could never quite break through. I am not talking about a slow start. I am talking about 11 years of watching deals collapse at the finish line. Partnerships that turned into betrayals. Contracts that evaporated right before signing. I joined Elevens 3 weeks into Season 1. Before Season 1 was over, I signed the largest contract of my 11-year career. A client called me out of nowhere. He said he felt something prompting him to reach out. He could not explain it. I can. Elevens changed the spiritual atmosphere around my business. Not my strategies, not my pitch, the atmosphere. 11 years of interruption ended in 3 weeks. I am not the same man I was. 11 years ended in 3 weeks. That is not coincidence. That is coverage compounding against a pattern of interruption. And Season 2, Episode 1 is carrying that same compounding force right now for someone reading this message. Someone whose 11 years has had a different name, but the same pattern. That person needs to click the description link below right now. Click the pinned comment. $19.99 per month. $100 regular price. 333 angelic seats this month. The counter is moving. Do not sit outside the door. Click the description or pinned comment now. Now I must speak to you a third time about something that cannot wait. There are people around you right now who are on the edge. People whose faith is at its last breath. People who need one word from heaven at the right moment. And you just received it. Share this on Facebook now. Drop it in every WhatsApp group. Text the people you know need it most. Share this now. Do not withhold it. Go. Share. Then come back. Let me now give you the vision. Because it is not enough to be told you are free. You need to see what your freed life actually looks like. So that when it begins to arrive, piece by piece, morning by morning, you will recognize it as the answer. Not as coincidence, not as random luck, as the direct evidence of what was spoken over you today. Walk with me into what is already moving toward you. I see your mornings first. The weight that has been waiting for you when you opened your eyes each day. The unnamed pressure that made even routine things feel like a climb. It begins to thin. Not always in a single cinematic moment, though for some of you, it will feel exactly that sudden. For most, it is like a fog clearing one layer at a time. Each morning is slightly lighter than the one before. Each day, a little more of yourself returns. A little more clarity, a little more energy, a little more of the certainty that what lies ahead of you is genuinely different from everything behind you. Then, I see the people in your life beginning to shift around you. The ones who overlooked you, who passed over what you carried without fully recognizing what it was. They begin to notice. But because what is resting on your life now draws people who need light, and it will draw the right people at exactly the right time. Destiny helpers, door openers, allies sent by God with names you may not know yet, but will recognize the moment they arrive. And I see your finances reversing. not as an improvement that builds slowly over years, as a turning, where the current once pulled everything away from you no matter how hard you reached. The current changes direction. Provision arrives without striving. Resources appear from angles you were not watching. Projects you had set aside for lack find their funding, and the constant low-grade anxiety about survival begins to quiet, because lack and covered cannot occupy the same space, and you are covered now. I see your relationships realigning. The fractures that were manufactured by what was spun against you lose their holding mechanism. The distance between you and someone you love begins to close, not through engineering on your part, through a movement in their spirit that they cannot name but will respond to. What was cold warms. What was broken returns to what it was meant to be. This is your future, my beloved, not a possibility, not a hope, a certainty written in the decrees of heaven, now in the process of moving into your visible experience, and the pace at which it arrives will accelerate with every morning you rise and choose coverage over exposure. Every morning you step into the daily word. Every morning you say yes to what heaven has released over your life, rather than walking into the day with nothing between you and what comes at you. My beloved, I want to place one final thing in your hands before I bring this message to its close. And this time, I am not going to speak about elevens as an option. I am going to speak about it as the natural extension of everything I have just shown you. Because the vision I just gave you, mornings free of weight, relationships healing, provision arriving, peace settling, that does not happen by waiting passively for heaven to deliver it without any corresponding daily structure on your side. The vision comes, but it comes fastest to the life that is covered, every morning, consistently, without gaps. This is why I return to elevens one more time, and hear from Patricia in Atlanta, who shared this. I prayed for my son for 3 years, 3 full years of standing on the word and watching nothing change. The distance between us was unbearable. I found elevens, and I joined at the very beginning of season 1. By day 21, my son called me. He said he did not know why, but he felt he needed to make things right with me. He came home. He is home right now. 3 years of prayer and 21 days of elevens. I know what the difference was. I will never miss a morning again. 3 years, 21 days. That is the power of daily spiritual coverage pressing against a locked situation until the lock gives way. And Season 2, Episode 1 is live on elevens.com right now. The Elovians who are already in it are listening to it this morning. They are covered this morning. They are step by step closer to their version of day 21. And the door for you to begin counting your own days is in the description below this video. And it is pinned in the comment section right now. $19.99 per month. $100 is what the door costs when this offer closes at 1,000 members. 333 angelic seats per month. The number is moving. Your seat exists right now, but it will not hold itself for you forever. The description. The pinned comment. Click now. And now, I place the seal. In the courts of the Most High God, before every spiritual force in every realm, I declare, this life is sealed. This name is covered. Every entrance that was left unguarded is closed. The patterns are broken. The root is gone. And the blessing has been released. My beloved, I am at the final words of this message, and I will not end without calling you one last time to the one practical act that ensures everything declared here today continues to compound in your life, rather than simply becoming a memory you carry. This is the moment of maximum urgency. Not soft encouragement, not a gentle reminder. A command spoken from the courts of heaven by the one standing in your defense. Season 2, Episode 1 is live on alovins.com right now. The men and women who joined this month are already on Episode 1. They are covered. They are already counting toward their day. 14, their day 21, their day of the turn. You are not yet counting. That ends today. What you spend on a single evening out covers an entire month of daily spiritual armor. $19.99. $100 is the regular price, and it returns the moment 1,000 members worldwide are seated. 333 angelic seats this month. The counter is moving as you read this. Someone just claimed one. And the question that heaven is watching you answer right now is simple. Will you be inside the door when it closes, or watching from outside? The description link is right below this video. The pinned comment is at the top of the comment section. Click it now. Join Season 2. Today. This is your moment. Do not let it pass. Now I must speak a final word directly to your heart. The end is where character reveals itself. There are people in your family right now whose faith is barely breathing. Go to Facebook now and share this. Drop it in every WhatsApp group. Text everyone you know who needs a word from heaven. Email it. You are not just a receiver of this word. You are its vessel. What you pour into someone else's deliverance, heaven pours back into yours. Carry the word. Share it everywhere. And never look back. Father in heaven, I speak now over this beloved child who stayed through every word of this message, who received when they could have walked away. I thank you that they are here, that their name is written in the scrolls of today's divine appointments. I declare in your name that every chain discussed in this message is severed permanently and completely, that every door that was locked without authorization is open, that every blessing held beyond its season is released now. Let this child wake tomorrow feeling the shift. Let the evidence arrive quickly and undeniably. Let those who come against them find nothing left to grip. Let peace settle in the deep places where fear used to live. Let joy return to their mornings. Let restoration come suddenly and completely, because this one held on. And you, Father, never abandon the ones who hold on. In the mighty name above every name, forever and always. Amen.